Yeah, today I want to show you how to convert PMD and PMX models to VRM models. There's already a tutorial out there by DenomRS, but that tutorial is a little bit outdated because Unity changed a lot over time. I will link the video in the description below, and the setup is still the same. You need nowadays Unity Hub, and anything else totally the same. But now we start converting a model. Make sure it is your own model, or you have the permission to modify and use the data, else please don't do that. First we start our PMD editor. I still use the old one, and I load myself. The step now is not needed. It is removing all of the empty bones, the gray end bones. It makes it easier for Unity to import the model and removes the source of possible errors. Now we have to change, or better add, 2 or 4 expressions for the eye movement, because VSeeFace and other products do not recognize the eye bones for moving the eyes. Add a new expression, give it a name, select eye, select the threshold to 0, and go to your material settings, remove all, and tick the materials you need. Make sure to work the white vertices. Usually a model has 2 eyes, and we do every eye one by one. And make sure the material does not hide behind other materials or clipping through, clipping over. It won't look good. First reflection, and then you can check with the slider if you set up anything correctly. Now do the same with the second eye. Again, press the reflection button, and now you can check with the slider again. You can save the expression now by pressing the Add button, It will ask if you want to create an expression in a row. We say no, and the expression is created. Same with the other eye movement or eye movements. There are the eye movements for left, right, up and down. I will use only left and right. Name your expressions, and now we can convert the PMD model to PMX model simply by switching the editor and save the model. It is already a PMX. We can start now a Unity Hub, create a new project, give it a name, and make sure it's ticked 3D Core. And of course, that will take a lot of time. Now we can import the both Unity packages, and of course importing them will take some time too. We update them. We can save now the project and reload it again. We can now drag and drop the folder. Unity should pick up the PMX model. You have the PMD model in the same folder, and at the end of the process nothing works correctly, then remove the PMD model. Go into the folder and click the object. There you have the license. You must tick them all, and there's nothing else to do here. Advanced mode, there's nothing really to say. There's nothing to change right now. You can now press apply. The model is loaded now and is converted to the object tray. Here we choose humanoid. And because it was a PMD model, all vertices are connected only to 2 bones, and that is pretty much okay. PMX has the ability to connect any vertex to up to 4 bones. Now we go into the bone tab, and here we make sure that all bones are present, or needed bones are present. Here we see the jawbone. We don't have a jawbone, and Unity assigns some hair bone to it. Simply set it to none. It is an optional bone. The other bones in the body, they should be present. They should be the white one. Check the hands. And we can simply apply the changes. Now we can go to the Material tab. We may change the shader. I want to use the VRM tool. If you choose the original setup, it makes some 3D effect. Only take care about some textures with transparency. I want here some outlines. change the lighting a little bit. Here we have a texture with transparency, the eyes, have to set to transparency, but the problem is they should not have an outline. That's what the yellow warning is there. And sadly, that option with the outline is gone. So we have to set it back to opaque. Remove the outline. And set it back to transparency. This is the basic configuration. The model is now getting normalized. Gets exported as VRM. There's a T-pose to make. Unity can make it by itself. We need a title, a version, some other meta tags, because it's my model. I'm the author. And here we can set the license, or licenses, but I won't distribute my own models. And here's important, the setting freeze T-pose. It's pretty much hidden. We export it, give it a name. This is not the final step. The model can now remove from the hierarchy. And now we create simply a new folder. And drag and drop the model, the VRM file we just created, into that folder. drag and drop the model into the hierarchy. Here we set now the facial expressions and some physics bones. The facial expressions are hidden in a folder with blend shape. Here we can configure the facial expressions by choosing the facial expression and pull the slider to the side. Not only one expression we can do there, we can combine different ones. And here we have our look left and look right expressions. There are expressions not in the list, and we go by touching the blend shape to that menu. Simply press Add Expression, we get the expression to save, name it, and here we can click on it and pull the slider. Here again, add an expression, give it a name. Because the models are made somewhere in 2013, we don't need any more Japanese names for anything, but I don't care. I can read it more than enough, and it's okay. There is no save button, it's saved automatically. Now we can configure the physics bones, or the bones with physical elements that are driven by the environment. We click on secondary and add a component, and that's the VRM spring bone. Here we open up the root bones, the number there. In other tutorials they want to count. Here we simply add the bones that we need and it will count by itself. We have here the hair bones. It's common knowledge that hairs have, of course, bones. If you want to use hand tracking, then you should add a second component and place there the bones for shoulders, arms and hands for each side. The save button here is a little bit hidden. Edit components and apply to object. You can test your model by pressing the play button and change to scene. You can grab the center and move it around, and you will see that there's physics attached to the bones. We can now export the model. Make sure it's selected in the hierarchy and simply export to VRM. Make sure the button is not checked. We don't need the T-pose anymore because it is already in a T-pose. You can add here a small picture. Give your model a name. And save it. That's it. 40 minutes of waiting for only 5 minutes of work. You can use now your model in any program that can process VRM models. That's it for now. Matane. Atashimo.